got just a couple more. We got a feel-good story here, Blunty. Drones doing good in the world.
Yes. So we've talked a little bit about how delivery doesn't look too positive for a lot of like traditional delivery services that we've talked about. However, there are some services that it does look like drones will be a good application for. And that looks to be one of these things looks to be delivering organs. So this is the first delivery by drone of an organ that was transplanted right after delivery to someone who was waiting on their transplant surgery. And typically, they talked a lot about how this logistically frees up staff, this frees up cost, this frees up the airways from the helicopter that normally has to take it. There's a lot of different things that this really help to achieve. That they're hoping this will pan out and they can continue to do this.
Yeah, it's easy to think of this kind of thing as just a novelty. But I mean, a helicopter is a huge, expensive vehicle that requires a highly, highly trained pilot. And when a helicopter has a problem, it's a giant gasoline-filled thing that has a problem that's bad. So if you could take some of this stuff and translate it over to drones, which are smaller, they're less expensive to run, and they just, take up less space in the airways. That's all a good thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not just a novelty.
Yeah, this did have a parachute on it for anybody asking. So worst case, it would land somewhere and then they could get it.
Yeah, I'm sure they did a lot of dry runs before they actually carried the organ.
Yes. Yeah. But basically, this was a pretty short flight, but they were pretty excited to see this move forward. So I think a lot of the people here are on board with what happens. I don't know. It's pretty exciting.
It feels like these short flights, people might be, it was a mile and a half. It feels like these short flights are actually the places where drones are really, really important. That to take off a helicopter and then fly it a mile across town and land it, it's like, well, that's a kind of overkill. But if you've got a patient at one hospital and they're the lung donor, they're not using them anymore, I guess. And then you need to get the lungs as quickly as possible to the other hospital where the patient is waiting for the transplant. It actually seems like a drone is the perfect application there.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool.
All right.
So maybe drone deliveries will happen, just not in the way many would expect.
Yeah. Not my Amazon package, you're saying.
Right.